Hey, it's Soul, bringing you the World of Warcraft, and today I'm going to bring you a hopefully quick guide to Nethershards, the thing that you're going to be farming for in patch 7.2. Nethershards are one of several different kinds of currency that we're going to see in 7.2. Its main purpose is to act as a currency reward system, so let's get right to what you can buy with this stuff. Before I do though, let me remind you ladies and gentlemen that this is the PTR and absolutely everything is subject to change. It was recently stated that the drop rate of Nethershards as well as the rewards that are tied to these might still have some small adjustments to them. And from my most recent testing, it's going to be the drop rate that's going to undergo the biggest change in subsequent builds. But I'll get to that later. As for what you can buy, you might be familiar with the Dauntless and the Relinquished tokens. These are items that you can buy from one of these two vendors. And it works out pretty simple. You buy the thing that you want, you right click, and you hope you get something good. Dauntless gear only costs 400 Nethershards, and when you use it, you get an 850 item level piece of equipment. So far, the Relinquished tokens cost 5,000 Nethershards, and I didn't want to farm 5,000 shards just to find out that these tokens don't happen to work on the PTR yet. Dauntless tokens are a pretty obvious catch-up mechanism, similar to Baleful gear or Timeless gear from expansions past. In my opinion though, this isn't a really attractive reward. In the face of other easily accessible systems such as World Quests and Mythic Plus dungeons and LFR, Dauntless tokens might serve the use of boosting your eye level in order to get to the next LFR level, but that's about it. Relinquished tokens on the other hand have a chance to be legendary gear. Players who have been yearning for a way to target legendaries, well, this is your answer. The 5,000 Nethershard cost though is really steep, at least at the moment considering the price as well as the drop rate, which again I'll get to later. There are other things you can buy though. There's the Nethershard Essence, which is a reagent in order to craft the new legendary gear that's coming in the patch. Interestingly enough, this is not bind on pickup. So if for whatever reason you have a bunch of Nethershards and you want to get rid of them, this is probably a good way to get rid of them. The Nether Portal Disruptor summons elites under certain conditions. I wasn't able to test this. The buildings you help construct on the Broken Shore give you different kinds of buffs. One of the buffs happens to spawn these unstable nether portals, and I presume that a big bad demon comes out, you kill it, and you get something for it. As a paladin, I was also able to buy these Armaments of the Silver Hand. They're transmog skins, nothing more, nothing less. There are other small things too related to reputation. A banner, a tabard, a few toys, and a kind of ghetto flask. Lastly, Nethershards are going to be used to progress through your Order Hall campaign, and this will cost 2,500 Nethershards. Completing this questline is part of the Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2 achievement. In other words, if you want to fly, you're going to farm. So speaking of farming, let me share with you what I did. Nethershards can drop anywhere from the Broken Shore. You only get a small amount, but you get more from killing rare mobs. According to Wowhead, it's anywhere between 30 to 90 shards per rare. What I opted to do though was farm under the Sentinels, that big Legion ship that's flying overhead. Fighting within proximity of the ship gives you a special buff. This makes it so that mobs you kill have a chance to drop a Sentinels beacon. These beacons spawn portals in fixed places around the Broken Shore. If you're not sure where a portal is supposed to spawn, your best bet is to stand kind of in an open area, use the item, and then just kind of chase the laser until you see the portal. Different beacons cause different portals to appear. At the moment, using the beacon will cause multiple portals to appear. It might be intentional, but I'm thinking that this is sort of a PTR / unfinished state sort of thing. I think I'll safely guess that using a beacon will cause the nearest portal to you to appear and no others. It's just that at the moment it causes all possible locations of portals to appear at once. These portals spawn several waves of demons, and it's quite a bit of them, so if you're on an alt, I wouldn't suggest taking them on alone. If you're on your main, or especially if you're on a tank, you shouldn't have too much trouble at all. In the build you're looking at, you can see that these mobs drop all sorts of stuff, including Dauntless tokens, of course Nethershards, and these things called Nether Clusters, which just give you more Nethershards. Of course these can drop more beacons and cause a chain reaction of moving from one portal to another. I farmed this area for 1 hour, and for the most part I was alone. From that I got a couple of Dauntless tokens, a few Nether Clusters and some junk. All in all I got 700 Nethershards. Keep in mind though that I'm not too sure how the loot tables are going to work in a group. Assuming that the loot table regarding Sentinels beacons is not shared, your best bet is going to be to roll with a group. Maybe a raid group if you can get away with it. Whatever the case though, you can bet that these areas under the Sentinels are going to be super busy. Even with shared tagging in mind, you can probably assume that there's going to be full parties that are rolling up on these portals. But I'm still pretty confident that you'll be able to farm up a decent Nethershard income in just a few hours. A few days later though, a new PTR build was deployed, so I decided, hey, let me do this again and see what I get. I quickly found out though that this wasn't going to be very testable. Despite repeated farming of portals, mobs that come from them have a severely reduced drop rate of Nethershards. In fact, there were hardly any drops at all. I'm just speculating, but I'm gonna guess that this build just broke the loot tables of mobs that come out of these portals. After all, who wants to farm mobs that drop nothing, right? As for feedback, I think that the Nethershard system is a decent distraction. You gotta farm it for Pathfinder, and I don't think that's gonna take too long. The rewards are okay. I'm not gonna care too much about the tokens, cause I'm not that worried about legendaries. I will farm for the toys in the transmog, and I'll probably at least go for a crafting at least once. Or I'll save up and sell the essence at a profit. But that's about it for Nethershards, and I hope this video was useful for you. If it was, like and sub if you want some more useful content. That's the word, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Soul. Stay breezy, guys.